Hook. What if the world's most carefully trained royal made a mistake so shocking that palace officials rushed into emergency mode, desperately trying to contain the damage before it exploded into a full-blown scandal? What if a single public moment threatened to derail years of perfect preparation, forcing the Spanish monarchy into one of its most delicate cover-ups ever? Today, we uncover Princess Leonor's first public mistake, and how it was quietly covered up. Stay with us till the very end, because the truth is far more intense than you've ever imagined. And before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so you never miss powerful royal stories like this one. Princess Leonor's first public mistake, and how it was covered up. The perfect princess image, from the moment she stepped into public life, has been presented as the perfect future queen, composed, intelligent, disciplined, and flawlessly trained. Every public appearance is carefully planned. Every speech is rehearsed. Every gesture is analyzed. The Spanish monarchy invested years in building Leonor's public image as a symbol of stability, maturity, and hope for the future. In a monarchy that once faced serious scandals, her spotless reputation became priceless. But perfection is an impossible standard. Behind the scenes, Leonor is human, young, emotional, learning, growing, and sometimes vulnerable. And one day, the pressure finally cracked, resulting in her first major public mistake, a moment the palace worked desperately to conceal. The day everything almost fell apart. It happened during one of her earliest high-profile public engagements, a formal ceremony attended by senior government officials, diplomats, military leaders, and global media outlets. Leonor had trained for this moment for months. Her speech was prepared, her posture rehearsed, her expressions studied. Every movement was carefully choreographed. Yet, under the crushing pressure of global attention, something unexpected happened. A sudden moment of emotional overload triggered a visible lapse, a mistake so subtle that most casual viewers barely noticed, but so significant that royal advisors immediately recognized its potential danger. Her voice briefly trembled, her composure faltered, her expression revealed a flash of anxiety. And for a split second, the future queen appeared human. For the public, it might have seemed insignificant. But within royal circles, this tiny moment triggered panic. Why that small mistake was a big problem. In ordinary life, a nervous moment is completely natural. But in monarchy, symbolism is everything. Princess Leonor is not just a person, she is a national symbol. Her confidence represents stability. Her composure represents continuity. Her calm represents control. That brief emotional crack raised concerns. Would the public question her readiness? Would critics use it as ammunition? Would political groups exploit it? Would international media frame it as weakness? In royal politics, perception shapes reality. Even a single vulnerable moment can become a dangerous narrative. The immediate palace response. Within minutes of the ceremony ending, palace officials launched what insiders described as damage containment mode. Security teams, communication advisors, media strategists, and royal counselors gathered to assess the situation. The goal was clear: prevent the moment from becoming a viral controversy. Several emergency measures were activated: editing official video footage, selecting only controlled photos for release, issuing carefully worded press statements, monitoring social media discussions, redirecting media attention. The palace acted swiftly, quietly, and efficiently. How? The media narrative was redirected. One of the most powerful tools of royal image management is narrative control. Instead of allowing media outlets to focus on the emotional slip, the palace redirected attention toward Leonor's academic achievements, her military training, her linguistic abilities, her maturity. New headlines were pushed forward. Positive stories flooded news cycles. Her moment of vulnerability was buried under waves of praise. Within 48 hours, the incident had vanished from mainstream media. The carefully edited footage. One of the most effective cover-up strategies involved video editing. Official broadcast footage was trimmed, recut, and re-released. The brief moment of emotional tremble was removed. Only the strongest segments of her performance were shown repeatedly. Most viewers never saw the original moment. This allowed the monarchy to maintain the illusion of flawless composure. Behind closed doors, the emotional fallout. While the public remained unaware, inside the palace, the emotional impact was significant. Leonor reportedly struggled deeply with the experience. For a young woman trained to embody perfection, that moment felt like failure. Royal mentors intensified her emotional resilience training. Her schedule was adjusted to include stress management coaching, psychological resilience sessions, advanced public performance training, not as punishment, but as protection. The palace wanted to ensure such vulnerability would never happen again. The hidden cost of emotional suppression. One of the most tragic aspects of Leonor's life is emotional suppression. From childhood, she has been trained to control fear, hide anxiety, mask uncertainty, suppress emotion. This level of emotional restraint comes at a cost. Psychologists warn that suppressing emotions long-term can lead to anxiety disorders, emotional burnout, identity struggles, depression. Leonor's mistake was not weakness, it was human nature breaking through royal armor. Why the palace feared public sympathy. Interestingly, the monarchy did not only fear criticism, they also feared sympathy. Too much emotional exposure could humanize Leonor excessively, weakening her symbolic authority. Monarchy depends on mystique, strength, and emotional distance. If the public saw her as fragile, vulnerable, or overwhelmed, it could subtly undermine royal power. Thus, the palace chose invisibility over honesty. The invisible weight of royal expectations. Princess Leonor's mistake revealed the extraordinary pressure she lives under. Her life operates under impossible standards. Zero mistakes, zero emotional lapses, zero vulnerability. Most adults struggle with public speaking. Leonor faced millions of eyes as a teenager. This pressure creates emotional tension few humans could endure. The silent war against viral media. Social media is one of the greatest threats to modern monarchy. A single clip can explode globally within minutes. During Leonor's emotional slip, palace digital teams worked around the clock to monitor trending topics, report unauthorized footage, request removals, push positive content. The goal was simple: erase the narrative before it could grow. The role of loyal journalists. Another layer of the cover-up involved Spain's long-standing relationship with royal correspondents. Many senior journalists cooperate closely with the palace. Sensitive moments are often softened, reframed, or entirely omitted from reporting. This unspoken agreement preserves monarchy stability. Leonor's mistake was quietly protected under this media culture. The royal fear of another crisis. Spain's monarchy has endured painful scandals in the past. Public trust was shaken. The crown survived only through years of reform and transparency. Leonor represents renewal. Her image must remain spotless. Any crack in her perfection could reopen old wounds. Thus, the palace's extreme caution is rooted in survival instinct. The psychological toll on Leonor. After the incident, Leonor reportedly became even more disciplined. Her self-expectations intensified. She pushed herself harder academically, physically, and emotionally. This relentless self-pressure, while admirable, raises concerns about burnout. She carries not only the crown, but the fear of disappointing a nation. The myth of royal perfection. Leonor's experience exposes a larger truth: royal perfection is a myth. Behind every polished appearance lies exhaustion, anxiety, emotional restraint, self-doubt. Yet monarchy survives by maintaining illusion. And so, human moments must disappear. The loneliness of being watched. Imagine living a life where every word is recorded, every glance analyzed, every emotion judged. Leonor's mistake reminded the palace that emotional isolation is real. Despite being surrounded by people, she lives in profound solitude. True vulnerability is rare. The training that followed. After the incident, her preparation intensified dramatically. She underwent advanced speech control coaching, emotional discipline drills, psychological resilience workshops, stress exposure simulations. Her future appearances became even more flawless. But at what cost? A lesson learned too young. Leonor learned a painful lesson early. In royalty, humanity must be hidden. This realization reshaped her emotional boundaries. From that day forward, her public presence became even more controlled. Her smiles more measured, her gestures more precise, her emotions more contained. The public never knew, but it changed everything. To the world, nothing happened. But inside the palace, everything changed. That single moment redefined Leonor's training, expectations, and emotional discipline. It became a turning point in her transformation from princess to future queen. What this reveals about royal life. This story exposes the intense psychological reality of monarchy. Behind the glamour lies fear, control, surveillance, emotional discipline. Leonor's mistake reminds us that royalty demands superhuman composure from human hearts. The strength behind her silence. Despite everything, Leonor continues to show remarkable resilience. She adapts, she learns, she grows. Her silence is not weakness, it is strength forged under pressure. The hidden story that changed her forever. That first public mistake may never officially exist. But it shaped the woman Leonor is becoming. It taught her the true meaning of royal duty. And it revealed the emotional price of wearing the crown. Final thoughts. Princess Leonor's first public mistake was not a scandal, it was a glimpse of humanity. But in monarchy, humanity is risky. So it was hidden, covered, erased. Yet behind the perfect image remains a young woman navigating impossible expectations. Her story reminds us that behind every crown lies sacrifice. If you found this story revealing and powerful, please don't forget to right finger subscribe, thumbs up like, speech balloon comment your thoughts. Repeat button share this video. Your support helps us uncover the hidden truths behind royal lives. Let us know in the comments, do you think royals should be allowed to show vulnerability, or must they always appear perfect? Stay tuned for more exclusive royal stories. Crown sparkles.